Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. I ran up like all the way. Yeah, I ran. Guys, look. Terminate it. Remember November the 5th. Let's do it. Preemptive like. History of Bonfire Night. I can't. Hi, guys. Hope you're all staying safe. It is 9 p.m. where you guys are. If it's 5 p.m. here, I think you're only 4 hours ahead. I have to type fast so you can't see weird stuff I look up. You don't want to know. London time. 9:06. Yeah, okay. I think we're falling back. Anyways, let's do it. Original link to the video, top description. Below that, link to the Discord. Click on it. Send it right over there. We'd love to have you. Thank you. I believe it was Mel who got me this video. And yeah, it was. Let's do it.
Hi, welcome back to Today is Tomorrow's Past. Today we're going to be looking at the history of Bonfire Night. Fireworks Night, also known as Guy Fawkes Night and Bonfire Night, is an annual celebration on
Can we just go back to the beginning? All right, please. Okay. Okay.
Hi, welcome back to Today is Tomorrow's Past. Today we're going to be looking at the history of Bonfire Night. Fireworks Night, also known as Guy Fawkes Night and Bonfire Night, is an annual celebration on the 5th of November, primarily in the United Kingdom. Its history begins with the events.
Primarily, does anyone know what other countries or territories also celebrate it?
In the United Kingdom. Its history begins with the events of the 5th of November 1605. A group of Catholic conspirators, led by Robert Catesby, had planned to blow up the Houses of Parliament during the state opening. They intended to kill the King, James I, and members of the Parliament in a plan called the Gunpowder Plot.
Question, guys. It's a short video. I'm gonna have a few questions though. So this didn't look like this back in 1601 or 16 whatever, because I think I was watching like a recreation with Richard Hammond. Anyway, so it didn't look like this. I'm asking a question.
To kill the King, James I, and members of the Parliament in a plan called the Gunpowder Plot. They wanted to do this because England was a Protestant country at the time, and the plotters wanted England to be Catholic again. They wanted to do this because England was a Protestant country at the time, and the plotters wanted England to be Catholic again, which they thought they could do if they killed the king and his ministers and replaced them with a Catholic head of state. The plotters leased an area under the House of Lords and began...
Quick question, guys. It's gonna be a pausey video, guys. What makes them think that if they say that it was successful, like say that the plan went went through perfectly, okay? And it blew up and it killed the king and everyone who you wanted to kill in the building. What makes you think that the public, that everyone would turn to you and be like, all right, well then you're in charge now, you know?
The plotters leased an area under the House of Lords and began stockpiling barrels of gunpowder. Guy Fawkes was placed in charge of the stash. The plan failed when the conspirators were betrayed. One member of the group had sent a secret letter to his friend who worked in Parliament.
Why do they look like Spaniards?
One member of the group had sent a secret letter to his friend who worked in Parliament, warning him to stay away on the 5th of November. My lord, out of the love I bear to some of your friends, I have a care for your preservation. Therefore I would advise you, as you tender your life, to devise some excuse to shift your attendance at this Parliament, for God and man hath concurred to punish the wickedness of this time.
Why do people write so... Like, I feel like I could have said that same statement in, like, a sentence, but they're so formal, or maybe it didn't seem formal to them, it was just how you talked.
Punish the wickedness of this time.
How you spoke.
Yet I say, they shall receive a terrible blow this Parliament, and yet they shall not see who hurts them. The letter found its way to the king, and an immediate search was ordered, and they found Fawkes guarding the explosives. He was questioned and tortured over the next few days, and confessed to wanting to blow up the Houses of Parliament. The other conspirators...
And what happened to him was pretty horrific, right? Like, the way that they... Am I thinking of something else, or is this the one where he signed his confession? It was like just like a bunch of like scribbly, barely legible lines because of the condition he was in after torture. Am I thinking of the same thing, or am I mixing up two things?
The Houses of Parliament.
That's terrifying.
The other conspirators were all either killed resisting capture, or like Fawkes, tried, convicted, and then hung, drawn, and quartered.
He doesn't look dead. He looks like he's still alive, which means back then we were sickos. I just mean people, all right? I don't want to, people. I don't want to pause on this in case of like copyright. Of like, how do we keep them alive the longest while inflicting the most pain and making it look as gruesome as possible to everyone watching? A profession. Messed up. It's like a backward surgeon. It's an anti-surgeon. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Following the foiled plan, Parliament declared November 5th a National Day of Thanksgiving, and the first celebration of it took place in 1606. People lit bonfires around London, and months later, the introduction of the Observance of 5th of November Act enforced an annual public day of Thanksgiving for the plot's failure.
What about the effigy?
Within a few decades...
Pagan The first guy... I watched a remember a 5th of November bonfire night, whatever, videos last year at this time, and it was about like the celebration. And when I saw the effigy, I was so confused too. Fast forward if you want to get back to the video, whatever. You're dead to me, but I was so confused. I'm like, wait, they're celebrating the guy? Wait, no, they're not celebrating the guy. That's the guy that. So no, the effigy, the paper mache thing guy is the bad guy, and then you have fireworks and a bonfire. It just seems like some pagan sort of. Great. It's like a fourth.
Gunpowder Treason Day, as it became known, became the prominent...
I hope you guys are safe.
Decades. Gunpowder Treason Day, as it became known, became the prominent English commemoration day. Became known
for the sermon laid. I'm reading this. I don't even care anymore. All right, I'm doing. Okay. Justice triumphing or the spoilers spoiled, laid forth in a gratulatory sermon for the miraculous discovery of and our glorious delivery from the barbarous Powder Plot.
Within a few decades, Gunpowder Treason Day, as it became...
At Paul's November the 5th, 1646, by Nath Hardy, Massachusetts, not Massachusetts, MA, master, preacher to the faireth.
Known.
Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with sin, with bim, for the reward of bis bands shall be given
Became the prominent
him.
English commemoration.
I want to read that. Who do diggish shall thou fill Iberin and
Commemoration Day. But as it carried strong Protestant religious overtones, it also became a focus for anti-Catholic sentiment. Celebrations became increasingly raucous, and people would burn effigies of popular hate figures of the time, such as the Pope. There were songs of popular hate figures became increasingly raucous.
This guy is hammered.
And people would burn effigies of popular hate figures of the time,
Who
such
makes
as
it?
the Pope. There were songs and poems associated with the evening as far back as the late 17th century, which we still sing and recite today.
Remember, remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason and plot. I see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Guy Fawkes,
Guy Fawkes, 'twas his intent to blow up the king in the parliament.
3 barrels of powder below, poor old England to overthrow. By God's providence, he was catched with a dark lantern and a burning match. Holla boys, let the bells ring. Holla boys,
God
save the king.
Question, guys. Is it like we do with like 4th of July parade floats sometimes, like a neighborly thing, like you all create your own little float or you decorate your bikes or make a banner and then you go in the parade? And so like, does everyone like, oh, let's go make our Guy Fawkes effigy? Or is it just like one person makes it and they just march with it?
It's noted that in the 18th century, people began to create Guy Fawkes himself as one of the effigies to burn on the bonfire, and it became known as a guy. By the end of the 18th century,
Why the teddy bear?
children would parade their guys around the streets in the days leading up to Guy Fawkes Day. And
Guys, what's a copper? Please spare a copper for the guy. Is that an old currency?
parade their guys around the streets
Obviously, it's a piece of copper.
in the days leading up to Guy Fawkes Day, and ask passers-by for a penny for the guy. The 5th of November gradually became known as Guy Fawkes Day.
I'm so
In
stupid.
the 1850s, changing attitudes resulted in the toning down of much of the day's anti-Catholic feelings, and the observance of the 5th of November Act was overturned in 1859.
I'm so stupid. A copper is a penny. Jesus Christ.
Eventually, any bad feelings were dealt with, and by the 20th century, Guy Fawkes Day had become an enjoyable social commemoration. The present day, Guy Fawkes Night, is usually celebrated at large organised events centred on a bonfire and extravagant firework displays.
That's so awesome because it's 9:19 p.m. where you guys are, so all of this is probably like happening right now.
Thank you so much for watching.
Cool video. Thanks, Mel. I already know I was pretty annoying that video, but if you guys could answer some of my questions. And love y'all. Please be safe out there if you're going out and doing anything, celebrating. Be safe. But, drink away. No. Contradictory. Enjoy it. Love y'all. See you next time. All right, I am going to do next episode of Idiot Abroad. I swear I'm doing it. All right. Bye, guys.